Happy New Year! This is a monthly update for December 2025. Wow, I am excited about this one. I'm going to do something for the first time, which is to share my declarations, the statements that describe who I am being and who I am becoming. And this is like a work in process. They will change over the next year, but I want to capture them here on this format also. Yeah, what an interesting month. I have my notes here. New notebook that I just started, well, in December, but this is basically for 2026. I might actually need more than this because I'm journaling a lot more these days because of my self-creation practice. But yeah, let's start at the beginning. So at the beginning of the month was Diara's birthday, which was beautiful. We had basically two celebrations. A lot of friends came over on her birthday, and then on the weekend afterwards, a smaller group. We did a little celebration at home that was very special and really beautiful. It was also an interesting month because last month of the year, a little bit slower, kind of like holiday vibes, which was very interesting because I felt like it was really good to just be in holiday mode. I did have some things that I wanted to get done, like update my website, create a one-pager that I can send to podcasters that describe who I am and what my opinions and so on. So that they know if they want to have me as a guest or not. And I actually didn't really work on those things. I think I was like, no, I want to be in full holiday mode and just go with the flow. But one really interesting realization that came from that was if I have a day with nothing to do and no kind of like activities planned with friends and so on, and I'm just hanging at home, it doesn't really feel that good. Like if I have a little bit of free time, like let's say an afternoon even, and I'm doing something in the morning, could be like playing paddle. It doesn't have to be work productive, but some structure in the day, even on my free days, is actually really helpful to me, and I end up enjoying the time more. And maybe it sounds obvious when I talk about it like that, but for me, I had some really deep-rooted beliefs around what I need to recharge and to rest. And when in reality, when I'm socializing, I'm going out, like, yes, it's a little bit more work to plan that, to make decisions. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to leave the house. But when I do, it recharges me more, right? There's like social interaction that recharges and inspires me. And and then maybe in the evening I chill at home and watch some Netflix or whatever. But yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do better at in 2026. It's like when I have those weekends, to not just spend them at home and like, oh yeah, maybe I can get some work done in a very easy going way and cool, because I had those days where it was amazing. But I do want to use the weekends more for like going on hikes, trying out new things, just doing cool, fun stuff, right? Like even if I don't know if it's gonna be fun, it's new, it's interesting. Yeah. I also hosted two in-person workshops this month, kind of like the same workshop, slightly different. 2025 recap, 2026 visioning workshop, with the angle of how did I create the outcomes in 2025? Who was I being? Who do I want to be or need to be in 2026 to get the things that I want? So much deeper than just some like surface level goal setting and so on. And it was cool. I think if it could have gone better. It was the first time I hosted it like that. Some people really got it and they reached out to me afterwards. Like they got a lot of value. They went a little bit deeper at home, which is amazing. But for like, I would say maybe the mainstream maybe it was a little too deep without having more time to explain things and kind of like guide them in the process a little bit more. Yeah, nonetheless, it was cool. Another thing that happened in December was that we finished our Portuguese course, our A2 course, which honestly was quite a relief because it's like the whole Thursday morning we were at the language school, and yeah, I even booked some extra sessions one-on-one with like an online teacher, and yeah, it was just a lot. It was a lot. And what I really need is I just need to expose myself more to the language, which I know that since quite a while I haven't really done anything about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I could watch, like a Portuguese Pixar movie or some stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really have a super solid plan at the moment for it, but yeah, I definitely want to stay on it, and then maybe do another A2, what is it called? Like there's a course that he has where it's basically no new material, but just integrating the stuff that we've already learned and using it more and talking. And I think I would do that before moving on to B1 at some point. Yeah, when it comes to work, I got a new client, which I'm very excited about. And something that happened there was really cool, is he figured out a way with his new employer that they will pay for the coaching. So yeah, just like creative ways, right? If someone really wants to make it happen, like what are the ways that I can get that investment, right? Is it through my employer? Just like being creative and like, okay, if I really want to make something happen, how can I make it happen? So that was cool, just that part of the process. And we're gonna work together for hopefully a very long time, like maybe for the next 10 years, who knows? But I'm excited about that. And then, oh yeah, I think it was probably more than a month ago, but I posted on LinkedIn that I would be open to volunteering some of my time to impact-driven organizations, and that led to a few different opportunities. And I'm going to start in January to coach the leadership team of Evergreen Labs. It's a really cool company in Vietnam and the Philippines, and they do like circular economy and recycling stuff and so on. Yeah, so that feels good. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and then got in touch with some other really cool organizations. And actually, I have a call in like 15 minutes with someone that I also met because of this offer that I posted on LinkedIn. Yeah, and then Diara and I had a meeting, a week or so ago, that we will partner up, and she will support me basically as an interim CEO a little bit, just setting up some systems and some structures together with our assistant. And we're gonna start with that at the end of January when I'm back from my darkness retreat. Yeah, more about the darkness retreat in a second. Another thing that is connected to the vision of 2026, but is already in process, is me taking more leadership when it comes to living in community, living in nature with friends. And I'm reading a really cool book at the moment. It's not here. And yeah, using that as a little bit of guidance, and yeah, just moving things forward, connecting with people, inviting them, having meetings, and then to see what's the vision for the community, who are the core members, and so on. And I don't really have any attachment on how far we get this year, but just me taking responsibility and leadership over it, that feels good. And there will be growth that just comes from that, and more clarity. Yeah. And before I go into the declarations, well, in the darkness retreat before that, we celebrated Christmas at our friend Vera's place with her family, and that was super amazing, like great food and some gifts, and her son was like doing a magic show and so on. It was just nice, much better than if Jara and I would have just stayed at home, the two of us. And then we had an amazing New Year celebration over 2.5 days basically, and yeah, just a big group of people. A lot of our friends were there, and it was a lot of fun. Cool. Darkness retreat. So 4 more days. Today is the 6th of January until I will go into the darkness, and I feel really good about it. I'm really looking forward. I was a little bit more nervous in the past, but now I'm just excited. I'm just really stoked to be spending time with myself, with no distractions, in absolute darkness. And yeah, I want to do this in a long time. I also just feel like it's time to meet my edge a little bit. I haven't really been, pushed out of my comfort zone so much lately. So that feels good. Yeah, and I'm very excited to see what I will learn and see and experience. Yes. Okay. I think those were the main points. Another shift. I don't know if I shared that in the last month update already, but I have a more relaxed relationship to food now, because with all of this gut healing protocols and so on, there was also came, I guess, like just more low level stress around it, right? Because I learned so much about, oh, this food is not good, and this food, and this is here, and careful there, and it's not that I consciously felt it, but I think there was like some subconscious level of stress around food, which that impacts digestion negatively. So now I'm just leaning into more the joy, and yeah, not that I go all out and eat whatever I want, but no matter what I eat, just eating it and feeling good about it and being less like analytical. Yeah, there's maybe also just something that the protocol is doing that my gut biome, digestion all feels better. It's never really been an issue, but it's just better now. It's easier, and so that's good. Okay, my declarations. Do I have enough time? Yeah, I think I have. Okay, less than 10 minutes. So I'm gonna read them, but I'm also gonna explain a little bit why they are in there. The first one is, I am that our being is primary. This is one adjusted a little bit from my coach and mentor. He uses I am that my being is primary. I changed it to our being, because what this means to me is who I'm being is primary, is the highest point of leverage. And that's true for everyone. And the practice that I do every morning to work on my being is not only for me, it's also for all of my coaching clients, because I'm leading as an example. And this is even bigger than just myself, right? If everyone's being is primary, then me showing up to work on my being is the foundation for myself, my success, how I'm being in life, but also for my coaching clients, and like transmitting that to them and inspiring them to build a habit around that. The second one that I'm really like feeling at the moment is I am that my life is fucking amazing. And it really is. And sometimes I can't see it because I'm, I don't know, like looking into the future and the things that I want to improve on and so on. But my life is already so amazing, and reminding myself of that every day and like really feeling it. It's beautiful. It's powerful. So that's that. I am an adventure initiator. So, like I mentioned a little bit earlier with like taking leadership, I want to have an adventurous life. I want to go on hikes, do things, go on adventures. That could be an adventure in the darkness. It could be literally going on a hike somewhere, exploring new sports, and initiating that. right? To not have like weekends where like, oh, okay, I stayed at home, yeah, it was nice, but I want to have a rich life and take full ownership over it. So the more I can really be the initiator, the better. I can always plan things, call my friends, and be like, hey, you want to go, I don't know, camp in the middle of the forest this weekend? Like, cool, let's do it. I am that I love using my brain for cognitively demanding tasks. Something I might like change the wording a little bit, but we live in a time of AI, and I really want to be mindful to not outsource the cognitive loads, the function of my brain, because if we don't use it, we lose it. So that's why this is in there. That's thinking hard about stuff. If there's a math problem, let's say, like, let's try to figure it out by just doing it in our head rather than going to the calculator right away. And really with AI, there's already studies that it's an issue. If we stop thinking, we're like, oh, let me just ask AI, then we lose our ability to think in that way. At any given moment, I am at the right place. I am never in a rush. It's like the one after that. Pretty straightforward, right? I don't want to be rushing around. I want to be like slow and deliberate and present. Don't have any fear of missing out, FOMO. And some of those things are already super true. I don't really struggle with FOMO. I used to in the past, but it's still good to capture them and make them part of who I am being and my identity. Yeah, never in a rush. That's still something that's unfolding. I want to be the person that leaves the house 10 minutes early and I can just relax and I don't need to work until the last minute and then, I forgot to eat something and then I'm rushing somewhere. I am someone with strong opinions loosely held. That's an important one for me because I want to be more polarizing, not for the sake of polarizing, but for, okay, this is my perspective on things and that's what I believe in, and then sharing it with the world. So having those strong opinions, but if I get new information, of course I want to be able to change my opinions, right? So they're loosely held. And this is also connected with being an interesting guest on podcasts. If I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, I don't have any like strong opinion on anything, not very interesting to hear me speak about stuff. I am 1 in 35,000. I am an anomaly. The number comes from Alex Hormozi. He said that I think 1 in 35,000 people is a millionaire or something. And just reminding myself, if I want an exceptional life, I need to be the exception. I need to be the anomaly. And really also reminding myself that what most people do, I can't take that as guidance for what I should do because I want to be different than most people. I'm hyper curious and I live by asking and listening. That is connected to giving myself permission to ask people the deeper questions when I meet them and like really follow my curiosity inside of the coaching conversations that I have, but also outside. If I meet someone on the street and I have some curiosity to just ask, right? And I live by asking and listening. That's so true because of the work that I do. Like I make a living by asking people questions and then by listening. And it's simple but not easy because you need to ask the right questions, the right time, in the right way. And then even listening, really listening, not just for what they say, but who are they being when they say it? Like what is not being said? And then exploring that to a deeper level. I am a champion for everybody and I deliver or I die trying. That's another declaration from JP. Being a champion for everybody means I can see the potential in them. I have the strong belief that they can get what they want, that they are capable, that they are resourceful, that they are creative. And I deliver or die trying means I deliver in my help as a coach, or I die trying, meaning not literally dying, but having my ego die. That I put my own ego behind my client's success, what they want. And me delivering means I help them get what they want, even if my own ego has to die in the process. I am that I give bold love. So not people pleasing, but telling people the truth that they need to hear, even if they don't want to hear it, even if it creates, some kind of reaction. Giving bold love, because it is an act of love. To ask someone the question that they don't want to be asked can be uncomfortable, but it can be an act of love, being bold like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. There's 10 more statements, but I have 1-2 minutes before my call starts. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Maybe I continue later, maybe not. And I'm gonna share the rest next month. We'll see. Peace.